American Beyond. Let me cut this light on, man. My face is so dark. I'm sorry. I apologize. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today for my live stream. I really appreciate it. I'm going to wait till a couple of people get on here. Lots been going on in the Philippines lately. We'll talk a little bit about it. We're not going to spend a whole lot because this is about you guys. It's not about me. Good morning if you're in the Philippines. Good evening in America and beyond. Hey, Emmanuel, what's going on? He says, I hope Americans calm down and stop the hate. They caught the guy who attacked the Filipino. Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. But it's really not about what Americans are thinking. My vlog was about what Asians are thinking and what Filipinos specifically are thinking. And will that affect our safety over here, guys? You know, I don't give a damn what people in America think. You're in America, you know, you're safe, you know. Hey, Carmen, you know, I'm talking about, you know, I would be remiss if I did not tell my viewers and subscribers about this changing attitude over here. When, hey, Gregson, what's going on? Stony Island Ranch, what's going on, Missouri? Zen and Awesome, hey, Mac, thanks for that email today, brother, I appreciate it. Yeah, you know, I'm talking about this changing attitude over here that could cause us some problems, you know, but if you don't want to look at it, see, I'm going to give you the nitty gritty, you know, and some people can't handle that, we'll change the channel, you know. I'm not just going to talk about bikinis all day long, you know, that's all some of these guys want to talk about it. There's a new video down in Dumagetti now, they got some women in bikinis washing cars. If that's what you like, then go there, you know. Hey, Ricky, what's up, kiddo? John, what's up, brother? And remember, hey, Francisco. And I don't knock anybody for their content on YouTube, but don't knock man. You know, I think, you know, there's a lot more going on over here in the Philippines besides dating. You know, especially something like that, you know, safety, man, is big over here. Hey, Anton Woodward, Swift, facts, yeah. JM, hi, Mr. Shoulders. What's up, bro? Go Army, beat Navy. You're funny, man. Hey, Calvin, I have one of my old Navy buddies watching as well from Simpsonville. Hey, what's going on in the Greenville, South Carolina? Hey, Sam, man, I'm going to tell you, you got a good friend in Sam. And I want to give a special shout out to AJ Eckley. Watch this, guys. Let me show you what he did for me. He heard my cry, man, about these tank top t-shirts, man, that I can't find over here. And AJ, I'm going to tell you something. He sent them to me from America, man. And I mean, I'm flattered, man. And they're about as comfortable as you could possibly, as a shirt could possibly be. I'm going to put this back just a little bit because they wanted me to wear my boots on the ground. Hey, Jones, let's see. He said, give a shout out. Let's see something. He said, Calvin, give me a shout out. My name is Jonas. It's pronounced Eunice. Cannot with a Y in American. I'm just trying to figure out how to use it. Okay, hey, what's up, Eunice? Shout out to Eunice. Ben, what's up? Detroit. Rory Bellamy says the car wash was not as super as advertised. Well, see, you know, I don't knock anybody for that, but don't knock me for I wouldn't be Sunshine Shoulders. I might as well be doing bikini videos. You know, I'm going to give you the nitty gritty, man. You know, when that man came forward and threw out what I consider the dog whistle, man, I've got to tell my viewers and subscribers who are interested in coming over here, say, hey, man, you know, keep your eyes and ears open. Even if you over here, because I'm going to tell you something. America does not have a monopoly on crazy people. There's crazy people over here. Every time something like that happens in America, they say, oh, he was crazy. Well, we don't want to wake up the crazy people over here. We want to enjoy our time over here, guys. That's all I'm saying. Zen also said, when I get there in 2020, I'm going to be expecting pick up one of those boot shirts. Yes, sir. It's in the works. Look, I had these made, guys, but guess what? The very next day when I went to order some more, they were out of the ink. But Remember, we're in the Philippines, you got to do it as Philippines do. George Mason says it's an embarrassment for Americans. They should put that guy under the jail. Absolutely, but see, let me remind you guys of something. And I say this all the time. You're only going to hear Sunshine Show to say this. Americans, we only represent 4% of the population. But we always try to control 100% of the narrative. Everybody does not think the way we think. I respect y'all's opinion. I respect your views and everything. But there's 96% of people out here, especially over in Asia, they're not buying what you're selling over there, okay? You know, we so arrogant. We think, oh, yeah, well, that's not racism. Well, you try to tell that to people over here, man. They're chomping at the bit. And I don't want to wake up some sleeping giant over here, some crazy guy over here. Because America ain't the only place where crazy people are. And I believe the guy did it. Looking at his history, he probably couldn't take it out here in society. So guess what? He wants to go back to jail. He picked that innocent lady as an excuse to go back to his family in jail, his wife and children in jail. This is the way I look at it. Hey, Sal, what's up, brother? You've been quiet on me, man. I ain't seen you. I know you working hard in Chicago. Hey, Smitty, what's up? Thanks for your help and support, brother. And welcome to my live stream. If you got any questions, Smitty, just put it in on the screen. James Lyons, I put this shirt on because you told me to. See, I listen to my subscribers. He said, put your shirt on. I said, okay, James, thank you. Ricky Smith, what's going on, JX? What's up, brother, from Chicago? Be in Calatrava soon. Oh, man. I went to the mountains in Calatrava a couple of weeks ago, man. You talking about beautiful, and it's cold up there. Is Cal Deadman on here? What's up, Cal? Paradise to Paradise, Hawaii in the house. Is it expensive in Hawaii as I've heard it is? Fort Worth, Texas, Sir Michael Evans. Yeah, I was speaking to one of my subscribers yesterday, a young man who has COVID. He's in Houston, Texas. His spirits are getting better because he said, now this April 1st already over here, this isn't April Fool's either. He said that they're going to give him a bed in the hospital in Houston April 1st. I said, I hope they not, you get there and then they say April Fools, come back tomorrow. I hope they don't do that. Zen and Awesome says, the thing is, though, America's entire history is filled with mass graves of immigrants, both voluntary and involuntary, the plantations, the building of the railroads. Absolutely, see, and that's what I'm saying. People over here, they know that history. These, people over here, they know the history, guys, okay? I had to put that vlog out there when I read that in the paper. I'm like, does this guy really know the power? Because this is a powerful guy. I'm not criticizing him. Because you can go on there, Manila Times, and read exactly what he said. I just told you what he said. He said, they don't take lightly to Filipinos being attacked. And he said, an eye for an eye, so to speak, or, what goes around comes around. I was like, wow, you just don't say that kind of stuff, man, because it'll rouse some people up. Paradise says, totally, Cal. Very expensive. Medium home price $1 million. Wow. What's this? Kiki on the trail said Trump has a lot to answer for. It'll take decades to undo the damage. General Hayden and various other high-ranking generals. His rhetoric has serious consequences. Stay safe there in the Philippines. Yeah, but I don't want to make this a political talk, a political live stream, because it's not about politics, religion, or sports. I don't want to argue on here. I've got, my vlogs is for people who've never been here before. To make your trip. Remember, enjoyable, and above all things, safer. I'm going to give you my boots on the ground experience. You know, the attitude is changing over here. Thanks, Ron Bizzle, for that super chat. He said, thank you, Calvin, as always, for your knowledge and your time. Man, I appreciate it, man. I hope somebody would do it for me. AJ Eckley, thanks for that super chat. He says, been a while. April Fool's is officially over. There are no bigger joke than what's going on in this world. Man, I just thought of April 1st today when I talked about the subscriber. And AJ Eckley, I gave you a shout out. Man, these t-shirts, and I'm going to put on one on my next video in honor of you, brother, because they're comfortable too. The ones I've got in my cabinet in there, they've been washed, machine washed, hand washed, wash. They're about as hard as a brick. I tried on one today, man. It fit me like a glove, man. It felt like I tell you, like a welcome home hug. Roy Rebellman says it's the one bad apple story. Yeah, he said USA loves Asian friends. Yeah, you know, we can't single people out, but understand, that's the way we look at it in America. I was telling you that they're looking at it from a whole totally different view over here. You know, it's crazy, but, and let me get back to the Philippines. You know, guys, this COVID over here, man, is really getting out of hand. This new variant that they've got over here, man. Manila's on lockdown. I went to, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit too. I went to Bacolod City on Tuesday to pick up the DNA kit. And thank you, anonymous subscriber, for buying that DNA kit and sending it to Gail. But when I got there, man, it was a totally different Bacolod than I went last week when I renewed my visa. Everybody's wearing shields. You know, everybody, you know, Bacolod is usually loosey-goosey, so to speak. Man, it was clamping down. And I asked the taxi driver, he said, man, he said, we had 33 cases here. And I'm like, man, really? So everybody's panicking now again, and you know. Alanda Davis said, city or province first trip. You better go to the city. You got to ease your way into this Philippines, man, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do a video for you guys on the real Philippines. You can't handle the real Philippines, man. Why you think I created that expat alley for newcomers here? Because if I take you to some of these places, all I had to do was show you, go back and look at my video about helping Donna and baby Denise. That's just the tip of the iceberg, guys. Stay out of them provinces till you know your way around, because it's a whole level of poverty and suffering over here, guys. You can't handle it. Trust me, take my word for it. This is the nitty gritty, man. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Some of these women that y'all coming to see, you're taking them straight out of the bush and taking them wherever you're going to take them to. That's why I tell you, get off line. Come over here, find out where they coming from. See? Because, man, you're going to make a mistake. Hey, thanks, Ennis Montgomery. I appreciate that super chat. He says, Big brother Calvin, thanks for being 100% right on your information. I'd follow you to hell with gasoline draws on. Keep up the good work from Chicago, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that vote of confidence because, man, people have gone crazy over in America on my vlog, man. They made it out to be a racial vlog. It has nothing to do with race, guys. It's talking about expat safety over here. We're sitting in the middle of Asia, in the Philippines. A Filipino 65-year-old woman gets beat down, kicked, stomped. Official over here says, hey, an eye for an eye, so to speak. And I'm not supposed to say anything about it? No, I'm sorry. I'm not those other vloggers, man. They're too quiet on this one. JX says, fascinating they track and publicize crimes between nationalities, but not crimes against the poor by the rich. Last political topic for me. No, but you're true, brother. But see, that's what it's all about. But see, you're 100% right. But see, that's not going to keep me safe over here. These attacks now that they're publicizing over in America, right or wrong, they're starting to gain an audience over here. And it worries me. Yeah, it worries me, man, because the other day we went to look at this house and lot. Because, I ain't make no secret out of it. I'm going to buy a house and lot over here if it's just for my daughter, man. I'm 57 here. If I get 10, 12 good years out of it, I'm good. And I waved at a guy, man, and he looked at me all crazy, man. It's the first time it's happened to me in a long time. But a couple of weeks ago, I went to look at another lot, but it was way in the province, and the guy did the same thing. But here in St. Carlos, man, it's very rare. And I'm thinking like, man, and then next thing you know, this guy comes on the news and says that. Yeah, I'm going to say it, man, I can't talk about P all the time, guys, Pandemic overall death rate is same across the years. Chriselle has entered the live chat. What's up, Chriselle? Jan Batik says, hello, sunshine. Shoulders and everybody. Lamont Smith said, numbers on the rise in Atlanta. Yeah, I can kind of see in America, because, we hard-headed over. We worry about our rights more than we worry about our health. See, let me remind you, you have no rights when you're dead. Yeah, you have the right to remain silent. That's it. Anthony Griffin, hey, Calvin, San Diego. What's going on, brother? I appreciate it, man. I love San Diego. Yeah, Swift says, elderly black women have been attacked by Asian store owner on camera and no one cared about us. Well, see, come on, guys. Let's not make this live stream out of that. Okay? You're exactly right, and it should be addressed. But I'm living in Asia, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I made that vlog. I can't worry about what y'all thinking in America. That's why I left. I'm worried about what they thinking over here in Asia. And for people who are interested in coming over here and either being an expat or visiting. Timmy 7710 says, got any 3X shirt? This is a 2X. If you come over in the Philippines, Timmy, you're going to have to, you'll probably be wearing a 5X over here, yeah. I got some 2X underwear from the mall the other day, man, and I tell you what, it's like small. Really, it must be. Greg Griffin said, saw a story the dude was on parole for killing his mom. Yeah, and that was my whole take on it, guys. I'm thinking this guy couldn't make it in society. He saw an easy ticket back to his family in the pen, his wife and children, and that's what he wanted to do. That's right. Wandering Wolf, you hit it on the nose. He said it's gaining an audience all over Asia, not just Filipinos getting tagged. But when I say it, they want to jump on me, man. I had to what I did was, I went ahead and pinned a comment because I couldn't answer all the foolishness under that in the comments. I mean, some guys who have been following me for months, man, now all of a sudden it's about race. He says, oh, I'm the whitest subscriber you got. I can quote MLK. But if you want to talk race, we can talk. You better bring your lunch. I'm like, I'm not talking race, man. And then, why do some people over get offended even if you talk about race? I don't get it, man. I mean, they really get offended. They get offended when you say the word race, when you say the word privilege, as if it doesn't exist. Alanda Davis said, thanks for your boots on the ground experience. Maybe I need to meet in English City, not Tarleton City. Yeah, that's probably what you need to do. The first, you meet her there, stay a couple of days, get acclimated, and then if you want to go visit the family, go ahead. But when you start going up in provinces, in different squatters areas and different things like that, man, you're going to run into some serious culture shock. Yeah, and you know, you don't want to come anywhere and feel uncomfortable and make the people feel uncomfortable, because I've been over here so long, man, that I can look at it for what it is. You know, it's extreme poverty. I just look at it now as the hood in the Philippines, you know. But it's no less heartbreaking. But I've just gotten, excuse me, used to seeing it, man. But I'm going to tell you something, guys. You don't know these women that you're talking to. You don't know where they come from. Some women online will say and do anything to get out of this place, to get out of their situation. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not knocking them for that. But I would love for you to come over here and get an idea of who the lady is. You're not going to know her online. You're only going to know her when you go to where she lives, see? Because then you're going to see the desperation that some of them, you know, exhibit over here, man. You know, but, you know, it's easy to be fooled online, man. You know, I was coming back from, like I told you, I saw that piece of land, not last week, but week before last. I waved at the guy. He looked at me. Come find out, they said it was NPA back there. Because he looked at me mean, like, you know, you ain't supposed to be back here. So we got out of there. But on the way back, this baby back 12, 15 kilometers outside of San Carlos, man, I saw some stuff, man, that I'll tell you, it made me think about the real Philippines that a lot of you guys haven't seen, even the ones that been over here. You talking to these girls, you only got it in your mind what poor means in America. It means something different over here, man. You know, yeah, it means a whole lot different. And that's why a lot of us get tricked. A lot of us get fooled, because women will say and do anything to escape their situations over here, you know. But y'all hard-headed, you know, you don't believe it. Brandon McLean says, I thought I knew what being poor was and what desperation was until I was in the Philippines in 2018. Heartbreaking. Brother, you hit it on the nose. That's what I'm talking about. But we have no idea. Intrepid says, oh, what does it feel? Yeah, I got to get rid of you. I don't like that type of talk on my channel. You can't be putting people down. I'm sorry. JM says, how do you say respectfully? Let's see. When they ask for money and they give you a sad story, just say, I'll pray for you. You know, because listen, guys, everybody has a sad story over here. But let me tell you the facts. Here's the facts. Filipinos are proud. They're very proud, to the point of it being foolish pride, guys. They will not accept your help. If someone asks you for money, man, that's a red flag over here. They will not do it. I'm telling you, man, I was on the bus going to college, and I saw a little pregnant girl. She was sitting 2 rows over from me, and she asked the woman was selling oranges. And the woman, there was 15 pesos each, and the girl didn't have it. So I told the lady, I said, look, give her 3, I'll pay for it. Don't you know I had to beg this little girl to take, and she's hungry. She wanted them oranges. She couldn't afford them, but when I bought them, oh my God. It's like pulling teeth to get her to take them, man. I'm telling you, man, when people ask you for money over here, it's a red flag, it's a flashing red light. And be aware of it. You gotta throw them back, man. I don't care what they look like, you know. Hey, once you get over here and you meet everybody and you see the situation, oh yeah, her father is sick. And even then, you know, you say, hey, you know, I can do what I can, you know, because a lot of us, we think we're only coming over here to date. But really, when you come over here, man, you're coming here on a rescue mission. But you won't listen to me. I've been here, man. I don't know everything, but I know that. Yeah, I know that a lot of these women over here, they want to be rescued. Yeah, and you're the rescue ranger. That's the only reason they want us, guys. You know, I made a video. I said, you know, my girlfriend only wants me for my money and a better life. And so what? I'm 57 now. I could care less. I'm happy. Kids, keep it simple. Survivors say, good job, Mr. Calvin. Thank you. New subject. Typhoons every year. I know there are forest fires in Philippines. Very seldom, Rory Bellamy. And why you on typhoons? Now, typhoons are not, we can't talk about one Philippines, just like you can't talk about one Africa. Typhoons don't affect all of the Philippines, just certain regions. That's a knock that the Philippines has. It's only certain regions, like Eastern Visayas region, Central Luzon. Now, do they come to other areas from time to time? Yeah, but those two, that's Typhoon Alley. What they do have here, Rory, is a lot of house fires. Because in these squatters areas, see, it gets hot here. I mean, hot. And in March, they start this fire campaign over here. And it runs through the summer. Because it's a lot of house fires. And when one house catches on fire, they all will burn down if they don't get there in time. But not a lot of forest fires. You know, because hell, there's no forest. They're cutting down all the timber here. That's another subject. And I won't touch that with a 10-foot pole. They'll send a two-man tandem after me. That's one thing you don't discuss over here. That illegal logging, no. Sorry. I won't discuss that. But yeah, there's no forest fires over here. Don Davis said Brazil was crazy poverty also. Yeah, I went to Brazil. And yeah, you know, poverty's poverty, man. You know, believe it or not, it's relevant to who you are. It's poverty in America. You know, but see, Brazil doesn't have that big dating game that the Philippines have, man. You know, because of that, the language barrier. Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, this has to be the #1 place for online dating. You know, I don't care what anybody says, man. You know, and then let me remind you guys one more time. You don't have to marry these people, okay? What makes you think that you have to come over here and get married? Stop it, guys, okay? Stop. Get to know her first. You know, I'm getting my thoughts together because remember, I don't edit my videos. It just comes off the top of my head from my boots on the ground experience. But I got one coming for y'all. It's called Don't Fall in Love, Don't Propose, and Don't Get Married Online. But we keep doing it, guys. We keep doing it, and we keep doing it over and over. And no matter how much I tell you, you keep doing it. You know, because you're grown men. I'm just giving you suggestions. How can I counter those? Yeah, buffering now, and I'm sorry for that. I don't know why. I think they got the TV on in there, but I got 20 Mbps. But anyway, she's not going to show you her hand. You know, until you marry her and then everything like that. But we show our hand the minute we come over here. You trust me, man. When you come over here and see how some of these people live, and I'm not knocking them, I'm just telling you the reality of it. You don't have to impress them. It don't take a whole lot to impress. You got a nice pair of shoes on, they're going to be impressed. But now we put it all out on the line. Yeah, I got a nice retirement, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to do that. Come over and take your time, get to know these women before you marry them. You're going to step into a trap. You're going to get unlucky. See, most of us, when you meet a Filipino woman, you're going to meet a good woman, guys, okay? It's only you, but you can get unlucky over here, and you don't want to get unlucky over here. This is the worst place to get unlucky. Because remember, the depth of their poverty, man, when you meet one of them unlucky ones, man, they'll take you for everything you got. And they don't give a damn about your feelings. They have no consideration for nothing like that. David Taylor says, what do you think about online sites, Christian, Filipino, Cuba, meeting in person about? Look, Everybody over here, the Philippines is 85% Roman Catholic. That don't mean nothing. So all this Christian Philippine and all that, it means absolutely nothing when it comes to trying to escape out of this place, which a lot of them are. You know, if you can meet good women online, guys, but you're taking a chance. You're putting yourself in harm's way of being unlucky. If you come over here and you can really see a woman eye to eye, you're going to meet the real Filipino. You're going to see how bashful they are and shy they are. They get behind their camera, man. They're going to say things, they're going to do things that they would never do in public. See? That's why I say it's best to come over here and meet them. And so what if you don't meet nobody over here? Guess what? Then you can get online. You can always get online. That's even better. Come over here and get online. Then that way they can't ask you for money. You're like, oh, I'm already in Cebu. Just meet me at SM Mall or meet me at Ayala Mall. See? It knocks all that out. Rod Rodenstein said they have lots of profiles on all types of media. Check for them on TikTok and all the platforms. Google their name. You'll see them on dating sites. Absolutely. And that's why I say, if you're going to get on a dating site, it doesn't matter if you're on a free one or one that's going to cost you $24.95 a month. It's the same women, guys. They're not going to lessen their chances of meeting somebody by not being on those sites. The more sites, the better. The more guys they chat with, the better. Because they know out of the 4 guys they chat with, only one's really coming. But they don't know which one's coming. So they got to tell you all the same thing. They got to show you all the same thing. They're going to treat you the same way. Because they really don't know which one's coming. Okay? But they're chatting with 4. So you chat with 4. There's nothing wrong with that. Guys say, oh, this is one, I gotta. You, man, you big dummy. I sound like Fred Sanford now. You know what the odds are of you meeting one woman online and that being it? It's very, it's not impossible because people have done it. But the odds of you meeting the one, man, with all these cultural differences and everything like that, the first time and the only time you meet a woman, you're crazy. And I'm going to be honest with you. You know, I'm going to tell you, you know how it is. You know, guys, I'm going to give you the nitty gritty, man. Don't do it. Don't come 8,000 miles and put all your eggs in one basket. You know, they're doing it. The woman that I'm with now, who I love, I'm going to say it. I care about her, man. You know, she was chatting 3 men, she told me. The only reason I'm here now, sitting here now, is because first come, first served. And that's what it means to you. I'm nobody special. But y'all don't want to hear that. You're nobody special. You can spend all that money that you're giving this girl, okay? Then 1 week before you come over here, some other guy makes it over here, you're done. Your investment is gone. Because that's what you're doing. You're not helping these women. It's an investment that you're making. Because when you help people, you don't expect anything in return. When you give somebody something and you expect something in return, that's an investment. I'm sorry. It's not helping. Okay? So, you know, he said, I have been 1 year still not found it the right one. Yeah. Look, I'm going to say it because John already told y'all. Took him 7 times to find a good one. It took me, I'm a 2-time winner over here, so this is the 3rd one I'm on, man, really. But I've had a few in between where, but I'm talking about women who I thought I was going to, you know, spend the rest of my life with. It didn't work out like that, guys. You know, it's too many cultural differences. As time goes on, she's going to start showing you things about her that she didn't know in the beginning. See? And, you know, but by that time, you know, if you come over and get married in 2 weeks, then, you know, your ass is out. It's too late. You can't, you know. And I just want to help you, you know, Greg Griffith said the meter don't start until you actually meet face to face. That's right. Danny B says your camera's adjusting the exposure to the light colored shirt and wall. Oh, okay. Sorry. The project says, yo, Calvin, can't open up a window and let some light in so we can see your face. Okay, wait, let me see something. Maybe let me turn over this way a little bit. I apologize, guys. I'm trying to get this thing right. How's that? There. That's a lot better. Uh, Kenneth Latrell says, I'm number 3. I had 2 annulments here. You know, most of us, man, it's nothing to be. The move the phone got it buffering. Yeah, that's not how it works over here, guys. You can spend one night with a woman and she gonna put her hooks in you, man, and you're not gonna be able to get away. You're gonna ruin your whole trip. Hey guys, hit the like button. We got 224 and 102 likes. I know that helps me. C. Brown said, calm down, Cal. No, I gotta give the guys a nitty gritty. I don't want them to come all the way over here and get their head busted. Hey, Levon White, what's going on? Simply says your internet. The Prodigy says, yeah, the shirt is dope. Thanks, man. What type of fish do they eat in your area? Oh, man. Christopher Leroy. They've got all kinds. They got lapu lapu. They got that red snapper. The fish here is about as good as I've ever had. Now, remember, I'm from the Midwest. You got to understand. So, I was used to eating a lot of frozen fish out of the Kroger frozen meat department. But when you come over here, man, you can taste the fish oil. It's delicious. I mean it. Frank Ellis, somebody tried to call me. Somebody just tried to call me. And that's what knocked me out. I think that's what it is. Somebody's trying to call me. Lucky Joe said, last time I smelled the fish from the wrong girl. What about a guy? Okay, this is a good question. He says, what about a guy that don't eat fish? Will he make it in your area? Absolutely. Chicken. I know you like chicken. They got beef. They got pork. They got plenty of fruits and vegetables. Yeah, you'll make it without fish. Yeah, hit that like button, everybody. Web designer Faster says, I've been with Filipino people for 35 years. My son is 29 years old, so I know most of their ways. Yeah. And, you know, but my channel is for the new man and woman. I wish you would share some of your experience with us, Web Designer Fast. You know, because my channel is basically for people who've never been here before, even though I welcome everybody. Yeah, Sam, chicken, beef, and pork are readily available. What's going on, Levon White? I hadn't heard from you. Cal, I can't wait to see your beautiful little angel running around while you're educating us. I'm Filipino, but I'm learning as well. Well, good. Thanks, Simply. I appreciate you. William Wilson said, don't forget the dang it and the poos it. Yeah. Yeah, first come, first serve basis, Frank Ellis. It's true. Oh, I'm doing good, Levon. What's going on, Philippines, my paradise? That's Ned. Check his channel out, guys. He's got a good channel over there. It's sophisticated. So, you know, street guys like me, I can still understand it. VR Drifter says, how do Filipinos feel about foreigners leasing land and building? I'd assume welcoming, but I hear land can be a touchy subject. Well, you know, you can't buy land, but they don't mind you leasing it. But remember, you got to be careful over here. A lot of people get killed over these land disputes because the minute you want to lease it or buy it, somebody from the family comes out of the woodwork and makes a claim to it, see? And that's bad. Anton Willis said, I've been here for a while and I don't like seafood. You know, a lot of people don't eat it, but you know, when you go to these big cities, there's plenty of beef, chicken, pork, you know. and you don't have to eat seafood. And then if your woman can cook, uh, I mean, it's gonna be just like you eating at home, man. It's really no different, guys. Lamont Smith said, "Can you get a T-bone steak over there?" Yeah. When I was in now, I don't know about not here in San Carlos, but in those big cities, yeah. When I was down in Zamboanga City, I used to get them all the time. But they're the small ones, but they're no less tasty, man. They're delicious. And they're cheap, man. I mean, they're really cheap. Because, you buy everything by the kilo here. That's 2.5 pounds. Regular Joe Travel said, Calvin, how's the border situation looking? Am I going to be able to get there in 2021? It's driving me nuts. I'm ready to be there. Well, the border situation has actually gotten worse. Regular Joe, especially up in Metro Manila, and you still need. I was talking to a guy, a brother down. He's into Clothing. He's leaving to go back to the States Tuesday. He's flying out of Manila. He's got to get that swab test done and all of that. So if you do cross the borders here now, they've still suspended travel for foreigners into the Philippines until April 21st. They're going to reevaluate it. But they've taken a step back because of this new this new variant of COVID-19. Mike Harris said the other day I saw a woman beating a Filipino woman half to death. It broke my heart. Yeah. That's what I was talking about on my vlog, man. It doesn't make life easy for me over here. And that's the truth. Home Freeway Trucker, man. I'm going to give you a shout out, brother. What's this? Iskandar TV says, I'll be home in Laguna in June. Man, Laguna's one of the places that's on ECQ now. The strictest lockdown up there now. But you got to realize, man, Manila's so congested. And see, that's what it's all about, man. It's congested up there, man. And that's why it's kind of hard to control that COVID. See, here in San Carlos, I wouldn't suggest you do it, but you could probably walk around with no mask because I see mentally ill people, they've never had a mask on here. Now, do they have COVID? I don't know, but they're still thriving, still living. Pan-African black man going their own way, A1 black man says, so if the COVID is continually changing, it will never end, or is it being introduced in society? I don't know, but it's getting frustrating. And that, like I said, what's going to happen? We're going to wake up one day and then somebody's going to come on the news and tell us it's over? Because it's really getting, it's frustrating, man. Patrick says, about the foreign travel, you are exempted if your spouse is Filipino. Not right now. They don't want any foreigners there. Even returning Filipinos that are coming here to visit, they're suspended unless you're an OFW. Now, unless they change that here in the last, few days. Yeah, Web Design Faster said the islands can't tell there's COVID. You're right. Yeah, Anton Wilford, good thing. He said, fellas, be prepared to taste meat not frozen or packaged. And I'm going to give you a perfect example of how that is. Chicken here. You taste fresh chicken, or anybody who's ever tasted it in America, it's totally different, man. It's tougher. You have to cook it longer. And no one here ever fries it. They always boil it and put it put it in soup and stuff like that. I've never seen anybody fry native chicken over here. And, but he's right. A lot of stuff tastes different, man. Like I said, the fish tastes different. because the fish in uh, America, where I'm from, in Kroger's, man, it just has no taste. You got to put hot sauce on it, salt and pepper, and you're not really eating fish. Oh, that's okay, Patrick. Like I said, unless they change it. But yeah, that was the case. But with this new variant, and now that they practically shut Manila down again, uh, it's going to be hard to come over here right now. Kenneth Luttrell said the lockdowns are getting bad here as the cases. It is worse than a year ago. Absolutely. And I can't understand it. Frank Ellis said everybody should get an air fryer in the Philippines. Man, I'm getting ready to get one, Frank, because I'm going to tell you something. You cannot continue to eat this fried food over here every day. And they fry everything over here. They eat a lot of fried foods. I bought me a little cheap oven in there. It probably saved my life, to be honest with you. John Tucker said they boil almost everything. Yeah, when it comes to that chicken they do, I love native chicken, but if you got to cook it right, man, it's tough. I mean, it's really tough. Yeah, they eat a lot of hot dogs over here, Rodenstein said. You're right, but if you don't get the good ones, the Virginia hot dogs, it's like eating a sponge. Mike D said they changed immigration. You can only come with your child or spouse, not solo. They renege quick on the nobody ban. Oh, okay. Hey, thanks, Mike D, for that. I appreciate it. That's good information, man. Thanks. Let's see who this is. Hey, Ken Watson, thanks for that super chat. He said, Calvin, love your channel. You always speak truth to power. By the way, just up the road from your hometown, Cincinnati. Oh, man. I used to live in Cincinnati, and I loved Cincinnati. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I lived in Cincinnati for 6 years, and man, I loved it. I went to my first Major League Baseball game there. My boss at the time, he had season tickets, and he just told me to take my girlfriend to the game, man. I mean, it was about as much fun as I had in Cincinnati. Hey, thanks, Jason Kincaid, for that super chat. He says, I got $5 on a new fryer. Oh, man. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. JD Love says, if your significant other don't know how to cook, everything will be fried. Absolutely correct. And my son's mother, man, beautiful woman. The most beautiful woman probably I've ever laid eyes on. And she's over in America right now, I need to remind you guys, knocking people dead. She just dyed her hair blonde. She looks like a Filipino Marilyn Monroe, I tell you. But she can't cook a lick. And she fried everything. And one time, man, she burnt up everything. And because I didn't eat it, man, she got mad at me. I mean, she was hot. But I'm sorry, I can't eat burned food. Timothy Bright said, thanks for that super chat. He said, no troll zone. Hit like buttons. Yeah, we're in the NTZ. I had to get one guy. Wilfred Easy says, what's it say? Let me see. Sorry, guys. He says, good job, Calvin. Keep up this good job. I'm always happy watching your videos and live videos. Thank you, Wilfred, man. I appreciate that, man, to be honest with you. Because I'm here for you guys, man. I promise you, man, I will never change. I don't care how many subscribers I got. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you got. It's your base. Everybody, I would be tickled pink if all 16,000 of my subscribers watch my videos. But let's be honest, they don't. Only a fraction do. It's you guys that come on my live stream and stuff like that, see? I'm telling you, man, I'd be tickled pink, but I know who my base is, and, I never change, you guys. I mean, you're never going to look on, I promise you this, on my channel and see some girls washing a car in bikinis or splashing around the ocean in bikinis. There's nothing wrong with that. I get it. We can't take ourselves too seriously over here. Some people like that stuff, man. It's entertaining. But I won't do it. Hey, Philippines, my paradise, said, thanks you so much, Cal, for another great live stream, Ned. Go over and check Ned out, and I guarantee you, you'll learn more about the Philippines in 5 minutes from Ned than you will on CNN Philippines. Reginald Graham said, Calvin, have you ever met any of the Ada people during the provinces? I have in Luzon, very good people. Absolutely, Reginald, and I'm going to tell you, I was when I was with my son's mother, when I went to Boracay the first time, I met a woman and her daughter. You know, I gave them 500 pesos. They were super nice. Then I'm at the Sonulu. I met a young lady, just looked like a sister from the States, but no, she was Ada. I took a picture with her. And then this last time I went to Boracay, I met this little worker, man. He was so bashful and so shy, I couldn't get him to talk to me. Yeah, they're unbelievable people, man. You know, it's just that they're isolated, you know, but you'll see them in these major cities, you know, because they don't live that far from Boracay. I guess that's why if you want to see them really up close, go to Boracay. Adam Chenoweth said, Calvin, should I bring my own phone and then buy SIM at the airport for internet access? Yeah, I would do that if you're unlocked, if your phone is unlocked. If not, just buy a cheap phone here, man. Throwaway phone, I like to call them. You know. C. Brown says, I like short people. You're funny, C. Brown. Yeah, Adam, because, see, my iPhone that I'm using now, this same iPhone, I bought this in 2017. You know, I'm from the old school. If it's not broke, don't break it. And that's where I'm coming from. That's why I haven't gotten a new one. I'm going to use this till the wheels fall off. Frank Ellis says Cincinnati Reds. Absolutely. Lucky Joe said, yes, they're isolated. Many have never heard of Native Americans and think of you're not white skin, you're not a real American. Absolutely. And I ran into that, Lucky Joe. I was in the province. I'm talking about the deep province in a little place called Luwigan. It's in northern Mindanao, but it's about as beautiful a place as you're going to see. And they thought they thought I was from Nigeria. And when I told them I was an American, man, you should have saw their chins drop and hit the ground. And the young lady I was seeing at the time, her father said to her to tell me, he said, we thought all Americans were white. This is in the 21st century, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When you come over here, man, you got to get out of your head and come over here into the real life over here, man. You know, it's a whole new world over here. Some of these people here in the Philippines have never met a foreigner in person. Yeah, in 2021. They've never seen you in person. And when they see you, they're going to stare at you, especially me, you know. And, you know, you're going to be to some people, it's an object. You're an object of affection, really. NYC Everything said, were you able to buy the Dummies book for YouTube? Not yet. You know, I had to, when that last live stream, NYC Everything, and you gave me that suggestion, I went straight to Bacala. Spent all day there, stayed all night, came back yesterday. And I tell you what, I was beat, man, but I'm going to get it. Elmo says, sorry if you answered this before, but are you there on a tourist visa? If so, will you have to leave after it expires? How will you get back in if the border's closed? I'm here on a tourist visa. But, you know, you can stay in the Philippines up to 3 years. My immigration run is due in December. I'm hoping that, you know, I can, you know, things are back to normal by then. But I don't, you know, when the lockdowns first happened, they waived everybody who was over here like that. I don't think you had to leave. I'm not for sure, but yeah, I'm on a tourist visa. I renew every 2 months, up to 3 years. Then I have to leave for 1 day, come back and start the process all over again. So yeah, I'm on a tourist, and you know, I'm hoping beyond hope that doesn't happen, man. I'll tell you, that would be, let's see. Carlos, he said, that's just your humbleness, Calvin. It's not really. PL said, awesome challenge, Calvin. What is the biggest mistake or regret you have made since moving to the Philippines? Uh, it has to do with, with meeting women, believe it or not. Because the country, man, this is a beautiful place. I just wish I would have took my time. I wish I would have been able to meet just one woman over here, man. That's my biggest mistake. Because it hurts, man, when you break up under any conditions, man. It hurts, And, you got to go through all of that. And then, especially when, see, I've got 2 sons over here, man. And from 2 broken relationships, man, it's hard for me really, see, over here with Filipinos, here's how they are. When they split off with you, they cut everything off 100%. They don't, that's how it is in their culture. They don't, it's like they shut off, it's like cutting off a light, shutting off a part of their life. They pretend you never existed before. They won't communicate with you. I've had a little communication. It's cracking open as the years go by. But, the damage is done, man. My 10-year-old son, man, I love him. He loves me. But the bond is broken, man, because of the way his mother handled that situation. So, yeah, that's my biggest mistake. I wish I'd have just met, just took my time, and met, a good, the right woman. Because they were all good women. They just wasn't good for me. So that was my biggest mistake, Because over here, man, it's just not. These people treat you, man, the best I've ever been treated. I mean, outside of my mother and my family, man. Yeah, Anton, you're right, though. He says, funny, I live in the province, I used to get stares of admiration. Yeah, it is. Because they never, they've never seen Americans, especially, black Americans. Hey, Maximus, he said, what's up, Calvin? Christopher Wolfgang said, can you pay 3 years up front instead of 2-month blocks? No. But you can, John, you can extend 1 month, 2 months, or 6 months. But that's it. You got to do one of those 3. You can't pay 3 years up front. Because they want you to check in, see? That's really one of the reasons why you have to do that. They want to know where you are, see? So that's one of the reasons why you can't do that. They don't want you just ripping and running around. Omega Zone says, what do you think about Myanmar, Cal? Do you think the U.S. should invade Myanmar and liberate the people, or just let it be? Well, just let it be. The United States needs to liberate their own damn self over there. Really, man, to be honest, I think the UN maybe should step in, but the United States needs to stay out of people's business, man, and get our stuff together. So William Durden says, I'm half black and very light-skinned. Does light-skinned mixed black guys do well over there as well? You all do well over here. Filipinos are not, they're not that shallow, guys. These people over here live in a real world. Not that make-believe stuff over there, man. They judge you by your character. They don't care what you look like. Remember, you're going to get a Filipino makeover when you get over here anyway. I don't care what you look like. They're going to tell you that you're handsome. I don't care how old you look, how old you are. They're going to tell you you look younger than you do. And I don't care how stupid you are. They're going to tell you how intelligent and smart you are. But it's only because that's how they are, man. They don't want to hurt your feelings, but they're not shallow. They're not going to, they look at you, they judge you by your character, man. That's all I want to be judged by, is my character. John Tucker said, it took me 2 trips to learn to shed. That's what he's saying. It's true, too. He's telling the truth. To shed the women. Dated different women every day. No one shy, but caused a lot of problems. Women want to marry too fast. Yeah, exactly, man. And that's what happened with my first son's mother. I had just got out of divorce, guys. I wasn't trying to get married. I was married for 18 years. to my American wife. We had a beautiful home. She had a daycare. I had my insurance business. But it was a bitter divorce, man. And I was not ready. I mean, the divorce, the ink, the ink wasn't even dry on the divorce. And the woman over here, I don't care how beautiful she was. Every day, what's your plans for me? When are we going to get married? When are you going to do the paperwork? It just drove me crazy, man. I couldn't deal with it. And that's why I tell you guys, hey, the Crypto Gang Podcast, thanks for that super chat. He says, I love your show. I've been watching a lot of your videos. Thank you for the valuable information. Hey, you're welcome, the Crypto Gang, and thank you so much for your super chat. You know, I was talking to a brother. He lives down in Tacloban, you know, and I said, man, you know, I just want to give people a bird's eye view of the Philippines. I'm not trying to hype the Philippines up. The Philippines doesn't need any hype. When you get over here, you're going to see how magical this place is. See, we got an advantage as being foreigners. We're in the Philippines, but we're not of the Philippines. See, that's what answers that guy's question the other day. He says, it's funny that Americans are running to the Philippines and the Philippines are trying to run to America. Yeah, but it's a whole different dynamic. And I wanted to remind him, we're here, but we're not of here. See, you know, I don't, you know, and I'm not putting anybody down, but I don't have to get up and go work 10 hours for $5 a day. See what I'm saying? I'm able to enjoy the best that the Philippines has to offer, sort of like this vicarious pleasure over here. And after a while, you say, you know, I'm not apologizing, you know, for it. I didn't make the rules over here, you know, but I try to treat everybody fairly. But I want to give people a real life view. I don't want you to come over here and think it's all, you know, Boracay and Palawan and all of that, man. You know, when you come over here, I want you to have a good time. I want you to know the ins and outs. It's sort of like a, what do you call it, orientation, really, man. That's all. Pan-African black men going their own way. A1 Black man says, well, American divorce is only bitter when men have financial resources. Yeah, left to be divided. No assets and no problem with your exes. Well, that's what's the problem. See, we had that big house. We had a brand new convertible. We had a brand new van. You know, she thought, see, she was listening to her friends, which got her in trouble. We had some land down in Alabama, which I gave her. I should not have. And she tried to get money out of me, but what happened was, by me being an independent insurance agent, I slowed my sales up. So when we went to court, her daycare was actually earning more than my insurance agency. See? So it backfired on her. That's why she got mad and then started doing all kind of other stuff. You know, not letting me see my kids and all that kind of stuff, man, you know. But you're right. But I didn't want to get married when I got over here. And, you know, they try to put you on the clock when you get here, guys. You got to stand your ground. Don't come over here and get married so fast. You're going to make a mistake. You know, quit being so shallow, guys. It's so many beautiful women over here, but some of the best women over here are not the best looking. Take your time, man. I'm going to tell you, because a good woman here is about as good as it gets. See? Find you a good woman here and you won't regret it. But if you get unlucky over here, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life, man. I got subscribers. They text me. They chat me. Video chat. Man, they're tore up, man. These Filipinos, man. The wrong one, you meet the wrong one. She has no consideration. She has no sympathy. She will tear your heart out and step on it, man. Listen to what I'm telling you. You know, I'm just telling you from experience, they'll do that, man. You know, don't give a damn that you still in love with them. They'll go start dating your next door neighbor. They don't give a damn. Yeah, wedding web design faster. You're right. America, fix your problems first. That's what it is. We always out focusing on somebody else's problem, keeping the focus off of our problems over there, really. John Tucker said, don't get married, man. Remember, I said I got a video. Do not fall in love. Do not propose and do not get married until you come over here and vet this woman. vet the culture. You know, you got to understand where it's coming from, man. I'm telling you, some of these women are coming literally from the bush. They've never even been to Manila before. Manila is a culture shock to them. Okay? So then you're going to try to take them from the bush, and I'm not knocking them, I'm just giving you reality. Then you're going to take them into the hotel Airbnb where there's air conditioning they never had, hot and cold water they never had, a mattress they never slept on. You're going to buy them all new clothes. You're going to ruin them, guys. It's a slow, steady process. You got to deal with these women, man. You're going to upset the cart. It's like cutting a tree down in the Amazon forest, man. It's good. You're going to do some damage long term. You can't do it. He says, Calvin, how many Philippines do you think can fit on my power chair? That's Ryan Benton. All you need is one, Ryan. Really? Yeah. Lucky Joe said, amen, cold-blooded. Yeah, even the good ones, to us, they're cold-blooded, but it's just their culture. They don't have any consideration, guys. It's just not part of their culture. No appreciation. They don't care what you did from you. You know, I was with my soon-to-be ex-wife for 10 years, man. She's a good woman. But her culture says, when you split up, cut it off. She don't give a damn nothing about me. Even though she probably still loves me, and, you know, I still love her because I'm not, you know, I'm a human being. She don't care. You know, she's already, you know, I'm with somebody, she's with somebody. But the point I'm trying to make is she never considered my feelings. It wasn't trying to get back together or anything like that. She won't even ask, you know, if I ask her something about my son, she won't even answer my text, you know, or anything like that. See, that's dangerous. You can't do that. We got unfinished business. We got to get a divorce, you know. And she's already, what pissed me off, and the reason I wrote that, I made that vlog, The Next Pat, is because she's already moved on with a guy who gave her nothing. I did everything, but she don't care. To them, they don't care. They just want another man. You know, they're used to having a man there. See, and once you split up with her, she's going to find another man, and she's going to do it quick. See? You know, it don't matter that I made all the sacrifices. I spent all the money. I took you literally from that rat-infested shithole that you came from and gave you a whole new life, but she don't care about that. It doesn't matter to her. Now he takes her to Nashville and she's happy as a lark. That pissed me off, man. You know, I'm not going to lie to you about it, and it pisses a lot of men off, but that's just how they are. They will stick a needle in your eye, man. They don't care. Hard Bob said, Calvin, how would you evaluate the women over 35 were the best place to meet them in person? Well, this is just my take on it. Filipino cultures, because there's a lot of cultures over here, they're thick. And they live by their culture. That's how they live their lives, by their culture. So it's really no difference, really. You're just going to meet a woman who's more mature, who's been through more in life, and who will probably appreciate you more. More. Now, not all the way, but more than a young one. See? Because she's had a few relationships, you know. See? But, see, my woman now is 38. When I met my soon-to-be ex-wife, she was 24. I was 46. You know. And when I think back on it, man, I just think that age gap with us. Eventually, after 10 years, it caught up. See? Because she was getting older, man, and I was getting younger for some reason. I don't know. Hey, James Lance, thanks for that super chat. He said, Calvin, you are the best advice we all need. Keep hitting them with the nitty gritty. We need constant teaching and instruction on how to do this move. Can't wait to get there. Hold it down for your brother. Yeah, I appreciate you, James, man. You know, I'm going to give you all I got. That might not be enough, though. You can still go to these other channels. And, you know, it's like a buffet on YouTube with the Philippines. Take what you like and leave the rest. You know, and that's what I want you to get from me. If just a little bit of what I say can help you, you know, like coming over here and getting to know where these women come from before you choose them, because you're going to make a mistake. You know, you're going to make a big mistake. And some of us have, a lot of us have, man. We take these women out of these unsavory conditions, man. We put them on top of the world, man. They can't handle it. Tom Jackson from Rock Hill, South Carolina. You never rush into nothing. Scope it out for a while. Fill it out. Get one good woman that has your back 100%. Yeah. It could be the first one if you're lucky, but more than likely it may be 2 or 3 or 4 down the line before you get the right one. Don Ridgway, what's up, homeboy? He said, just making it in, busy stacking up money for the Philippines. That's a great idea. And that's what I suggest the guys to do right now. That's what you should be doing. Guess what, guys? These women cannot leave. Do I have to repeat that? They cannot leave here. Even if they wanted to, they cannot leave. They're not going anywhere. You don't have to be online all the time with these women. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be here when you get here. See? That's what I'm trying to tell you. The Philippines has some of the most strictest tourist visa requirements for their citizens. And guess what? They can't afford to leave. Stop being in such a hurry, sending money, investing in these women, being online every day. You don't have to do it right now. You should be stacking your money, learn as much as you can about the Philippines, getting yourself in good shape to get over here, getting your ducks in a row at home. A woman should be the least thing you worry about over here, guys. I'm trying to give you the nitty gritty. I'm going to tell you, you're going to invest all that money, and then somebody's going to make it over here before you do, and you're going to be sick about it, guys. You're going to be sick. Bill Polier says, a buddy was telling me about a singles tour company called A Foreigner for a CB Woman. Have you heard of them? Your thoughts? Yeah. I wouldn't waste my money, man. Why are you paying these people to do that? Okay, they're going to put you in front. My son's mother, she went on one of them. See, they recruit these women. They go on there and they meet you. It's worse than being online. Yeah, it's worse than being online. You don't want anything scripted over here, guys. That's scripted. And, you know, and if you're somebody like me, which most of us guys, that's why we go online. Because we're bashful. You're going to be sitting at a table with 10 beautiful Filipinas, man, and they're going to be looking down your throat. It's going to be hard for most of us. Now, some of you guys are players, and you can handle that type. I couldn't handle it. I wouldn't deal with that. You don't have to. Why would you have to deal with that? These are the same women who are online. Remember, I met my son's mother online, and she was in one of them parties, you know, and the guy actually met her. And they went out on a date, but, you know, there was no connection. And, you know, I'm going to tell you, she's from the province, the deep province. But I met her in Cebu City. That's where she was working. She didn't even know how to work a computer. Come to find out, I'm thinking I'm chatting with her. She's sitting there going like this, guys. And it's her friend that I'm chatting with next to her. I taught her everything. See, I taught her everything. But, you know, C. Brown says, I'm lonely. Yeah, but don't let that loneliness cost you everything. You know, but a woman over here is the least thing you have to worry about. They cannot leave. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be here when you get here. They're not from outer space. They're human beings. Lucky Joe says, the problem for me is, Calvin, I want to approach girls in person in USA or Philippines. A girl can smile and wave. I still want to approach her. Well, you don't have to, Lucky Joe. What you can do, the easiest way, the best way over here, is to get an introduction. I don't care if you let another stranger, Filipino man or Filipino woman, introduce you. See, that's the way. You don't have to approach her. You know. Or, here's the suggestion I always give you guys. If you see a woman you like, because I'm going to tell you, the best ones are the ones that are working. You know why? Because they're tired of working for nothing. You know, even though it gives them a source of pride, it gives them something to do. They feel, you know, hey, I'm taking care of my family. They get tired, man. I'm giving you my experience with my son's mother. She was working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. Well, you go somewhere to the mall. That's where the beautiful ones work. They're from the province. They only look beautiful. They're regular people. Don't bring your American thinking over here and be afraid to approach a beautiful woman. And you go there and you buy something from this same woman every day for 3 days, just so she can get to acknowledge you and, you know, recognize you, right? And then you say something to us. Yeah, you know, you really are a nice looking woman. You know, I'm going to be here for a couple of weeks. And if you'd like me to take you out on a date, you know, it's that simple, guys. You know, they're not easy. It's just their culture. They don't make it difficult for you. And then she may say, oh, I got a boyfriend. And then you say, here's what you say. Because you got nothing to lose over here. You got everything to gain. Nothing to lose from trying, everything to gain success. When you say, hey, do you have a friend you can introduce me to? And then you're in there. Okay? Yeah, you're in there. Lynn, San Diego 102. What's up, Lynn? From San Diego said, Calvin, do you get all the money sent to you via YouTube sticker money? I'm scared to use PayPal. No, you can use, well, you can send it Western Union. You can use it Cash App. You know, whatever you feel comfortable with. I feel comfortable with PayPal now. Cash App, because Cash App has been compromised a few times. Yeah, Rod Rodenstein says PayPal is the safest. In my opinion, it is. Because you can always dispute it and always get your money back, which I've done before. See? So yeah, Lynn, that's mainly how, you know, if anybody wanted to send me something, I send somebody something, it's usually through PayPal. Rod Rodenstein said, I've given Calvin money by PayPal. He always sends a thank you email. Not all vloggers do. Yeah, I do, because that's the least I can do, Rod. And it's just something I was brought up to do. And it's something over here that, you know, please and thank you, man, there's a sugar that people are attracted to, you know. Thank you, Christopher Wolfgang. He says, I can't wait. I already know Filipinos love my I'm going to F you ass. But see, they love to have fun. You know, Filipinos, they have fun over here. I got a video called Filipinos Love to Party, and they do. You know, they only look conservative, man. I'm going to tell you, behind all of that conservative stuff, man, there's some party animals over here, man. They'll drink you under the table, too. And I don't drink, but I've seen it happen. James Land says, make sure she's not married. And I know, let me say something, guys, about that, because that's a lot going around about that. You know, they say, hey, can you get in trouble, blah, blah, blah. Most of the time what happens is they go after the woman first. You know, they're just going to go after the woman first, because you're a foreigner, you didn't know any better. Because I know a woman in Iloilo, a little small place outside Iloilo. She was a teacher. She lost her job. She was married to a Filipino man, and I know the guy. She started, believe it or not, dating a tricycle driver, of all people. Because these tricycle drivers, they're the players, man. I'm telling you now. The tricycle drivers, the pedicab drivers, because they're the ones taking the women around all the time. You know, I mean, that's not a source of pride to have your woman taken by a tricycle driver, but it happens. And she ended up losing her job. Excuse me. She's actually a OFW now. She was so embarrassed that she had to leave that city. She lost her job, everything. Calvin H says, PayPal is safe. As for how much he gets from the stickers and these super chats, YouTube takes like 35% of them right off the top. Yeah, they do, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't discourage people from sending super chats and stuff like that, man. You know, I appreciate it. But yeah, that's the YouTube policy. Zen and Awesome says, is that what he said? Yeah, He says, Levon White, I don't even date anymore, at least where I am. The online dating is the same tired, bitter, cynical women always on there. Yeah, there are 4 in looks and a 2 in personality and 1 in 10. Absolutely. You know, over here, the difference is, see, I was fooled online. See, I'm thinking when I first started online dating was when I came to the Philippines. I never did online dating. I'm thinking to myself, every woman I chatted with, I said, was serious. I'm like, man, I got to tell my friends about this online dating. These Filipino women, they're really serious. Not realizing that, you know, what's behind all of that. Yeah, I'm interested in you. See, I wasn't even thinking that way. My man was somewhere else. I know why they're interested in me. They want that visa. They want that good life. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I said, man, these women are really interested in me. I need to tell all my friends. No, you're nobody special, guys. You know, will love develop down the line? Absolutely. But you're dealing with the Philippines, man, you know. And when you come over and you see the circumstances some of these women are living in, they're coming from, then you'll start believing me. You'll be like, oh, okay. No wonder why she's so nice and so hospitable. It doesn't mean there's nothing wrong with them, guys. Put yourself in their shoes. I probably do the same thing, but it's just real life, guys. And people get mad at me because I give them the nitty gritty. You know, I just want you to know it's real life, man. Some of these women, not all of them, but some of them will say and do anything to get out of there, to escape their circumstances. It's that bad. Worse, 10 times worse than anything you could imagine. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, just, you know, my soon-to-be ex-wife, sometimes they would eat rice and salt. That would be it. Or if they had soy sauce, rice and soy sauce. See? You know, it was only when she met me that she started eating meat every single day, guys. This is what, it doesn't knock them. But we didn't make the rules, and neither did they. We're in the Philippines, but we're not of the Philippines, and that's why we have to understand them more. You know, you can't come over here with your thinking and think that you're going to make some kind of headway. You're not going to do it. You're going to keep going backwards. You're going to keep losing. You know, just try to understand where they're coming from. Have some, you know, some sympathy and understanding, because that's all they want. If you're online and a woman tells you this, more than likely she's a good woman. She said, I just want a man who's going to accept me and my children, or accept me, you know, for who I am. See, that's the real ones are going to tell you that, because what that translates into is, you know, I'm very, very poor, and I just want you to understand that before you contact me, you know. Because we have no idea how they live over here. You couldn't handle the real Philippines, guys. You couldn't stay one day in some of these places. Not one night. You couldn't do it. But yet you want to come over here. You want to meet a woman online. You want to marry her, and you want to take her back to your country without ever knowing any of this, without understanding where she comes from or anything, her whole situation. But, you know, we're grown men. We do that. You don't have to do it. You don't have to be in a hurry. She's not going anywhere. She can't go anywhere. I had a friend down in Zamboanga. Listen to this. She had got approved for her tourist visa to either Abu Dhabi or Dubai. Because a lot of Filipinos do this. Instead of signing, you know, a contract with one of these, you know, job people or whatever, they'll just get a tourist visa and go to Abu Dhabi and get their own job. See, Dubai or wherever, if they can get out. Well, she got approved for Dubai, got to Manila in the airport, they would not let her leave. Answering questions and stuff like that, man, strict. Hey, thanks, Lynn. She said, the book Calvin, I bought the book you recommended, Greatest Salesman in the World. Just need to start reading it. I tell you what, it's a short, small book, but it's one of those books, Lynn, and this is true. Once you start reading it, you're not going to put it down. It's really, really interesting. And it's not just any book. It's going to teach you some life lessons. John Tucker said, I miss good coffee and fresh milk there. Absolutely. I love the coffee here, man. It's certain things here that you can't get at home. But yeah, Lynn, take my word for it. Thank me later. You read that book and then you do what it tells you to do. And that's all I'm going to tell you. It changed my life. The reason I'm sitting here right now, it's really 2 books that are responsible for me sitting here now. Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Dennis Kimbrough. Remember I told you I went to the library to check out Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and they handed me this book, Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Dennis Kimbrough, and I was getting ready to give the lady the book back. And I was reading the back part of, you know how they have like a synopsis of the book. And I was like, hold on, I pulled it back, and the rest is history, man. Napoleon Hill in 1970 was writing a book, A Think and Grow Rich, for black people, man. This is tripping me out. He ends up dying in 1970. He had only wrote the first 100 pages of the manuscript. It's set in the Napoleon Hill Foundation for, 1980, I think it was 1989. And Dennis Kimbrough was going around, he had just graduated from college, and he was going around interviewing the most successful black people in America. Because he was interested, he wanted to know what makes one man successful, and then one man, suffer, And they heard about what he was doing, and they asked him to finish the book. Oh, man. It's one of the greatest books I've ever read, because his self-help stuff can get kind of heady, man, but he lays it down. He lays it down there for you, man, in layman's terms. And he tells you the story of these people, their background, where they came from. It's so interesting. And then I got the book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, by Agmendino. And it just took me on a whole other trip in life, man, that no one ever told me about. Not even my parents. And it's the reason I'm sitting in the Philippines. It's the reason I went from living in government projects, buying these books, and me and my wife at the time, man, we would get into arguments because he said, we don't have extra money to buy these books. She said, they don't work anyway. And you know what I told her? I said, you're right. They don't work if you don't apply what's in the books. When I started applying what's in the books, right? And the next thing you know, guys, she's running out to the UPS truck getting these books for me. Honey, here's your books. Yeah, because we left out of there, moved into a 3,700 square foot home in the neighborhood that she always wanted to live in, by the way. She only had a 9th grade education. Ended up owning her own daycare center. Showed her whole life she never knew existed. Just from reading these books, guys. I'm telling you, it's all up here. See? With only I had 1 year of college. I went from, in 1998 was when I got sober. I stopped drinking. I earned 8,000. I earned 8,000. 2003. I earned $8,298. In 2004, after reading these books and applying the principles, I went from that to $87,000 a year, and I never looked back. After that year, all the way up until I stopped selling insurance, I never earned under $100,000. And then 2 years, I earned over $200,000. And I'm not bragging or anything. I'm just telling you that what these books did for me, and that's why I always, I'm sorry, somebody called me and cut me off, but I'm way past my time. I appreciate all the super chats, all the super stickers, the thumbs up, for your kindness, your generosity, your support of my channel. But I've got to get off of here. If you're in America, help somebody, man. I know it's late there, man. It's very important that we help somebody. If you're in the Philippines, you got the rest of the day to help somebody. So it's very important, because I don't know anything else. I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay